Hello, this is Dr. Mears. Today we're going to be doing an application of writing an equation given 2 points. So this application problem, let's read it first. In 1919, H.S. Reed and H.R. Holland published a paper on the growth of sunflowers. Included in the paper were a table and a graph of the growing of sunflowers. I guess the growing, sorry. The height y in centimeters of a sunflower, X days after the sunflower begins to grow was recorded. They stated, after 8 days, the sunflower had a height of 15 centimeters, and after 10 days, the flower had a height of 17 centimeters. Okay, so, oops, I'm sorry, just kind of moved that. All right, so first A, what does the X variable represent? So let's reread it over looking for our X. So this just tells about who published the paper. Included in the paper were a table and a graph of the growing of sunflowers. The height Y in centimeters of a sunflower, X days. Okay, so what does the X variable represent? So let's put number of days. Okay. What does the Y variable represent? Well, let's go back. Height Y. Okay, so let's put the total height. Remember, the Y variable is going to be the total height. Okay. Now we have some numbers in here. We have actually 4. We have 8 days the sunflower grew to 15 centimeters. And we have 10 days the sunflower had a height of 15 centimeters. So just finishing off reading it. So let's see what we need to do next. Find the sentence represents the first point, x1, y1. Write the numbers as a coordinate. So remember, the number of days is x. So we're looking for days here, and we're looking for height here, which is y. So let's see, the first number, 8 days. Okay, so there we go, 8. It had a height of 15, so 15. So that's our first point. Sweet. We have another point actually in there. So let's see, I think it's going to want us, yep. Find the sentence representing the second point. So remember, we have days is our x, is our days, and y is our height. So let's see, the next set of days, we have 10 days, so 10. Let's see how tall it was, 17. So here's our x1, y1. Here's our x2, y2. All right, what do we have to do next? Please use the slope formula to find slope. So we're going to be making an equation. So this is where your skills set in. So we're given 2 points. You practice the skill of writing an equation. This is where you take off. So our m equals, not take off school, but take off like with your knowledge right now. y2 minus y1. So m equals y2. So this is the first one. This is the second one. So y2, which is 17. Put our minus sign down. y1, which is 15. It's pretty cool because if you line the points up like this, one on top of the other, it's really just 17 minus 15. So the other one would be 10 minus 8. 10 minus 8, which is x2, 10, minus x1, which is 8 there. So that's pretty neat. Okay, let's simplify this. So m equals 17 minus 15 is 2. 10 minus 8 is 2. And I can divide that out, which is 1. So my slope here is 1. Okay. Write the meaning of slope. Okay, meaning of slope. So we can make this as 1 over 1. So that's really reduction. Now remember, this number on top is the change in y. So this represents the change in height. Now it's positive, so I'm assuming that it's going to be growing. Okay. This number on the bottom is the change in x, which is the change in days. And it is positive as well, so I think we're going to be increasing in days. So the meaning of slope, so we can even write every day, the flower grows 1. Now we need some units, so let's go back to our problem. Because I saw some units here. Oh, look, I underlined it right here, centimeters. So, grows 1 centimeter. Oop, there you go. Every day the flower grows 1 centimeter. You could have also put increase 1 day, increase 1 centimeter. Absolutely fine. There goes my light. Sorry, it flashed on everybody. Now substitute the slope and 1 point into y equals mx plus b to find the y-intercept. Now remember, this is where you can pick any point. So I'm just going to pick the first one, 815 here. So I'm going to write down y equals mx plus b. My y is 15 equals my slope is 1 times my x value is 8. So I use the point 815 plus b. So 15 equals 1 times 8 is 8 plus b. Let's subtract 8 from both sides. Cross it out. Oh, look at that. b equals 15 minus 8, which is 7. Awesome. Okay. So my b is 7. Defining the meaning of the y-intercept. Now remember, when the y-intercept is 7, our x value will be 0 because that's what it means. It intersects the y-axis at the number 7. So this point right there, this is where my line's going to be crossing the y-axis. It's going to be looking something like that at 7. So that means that x value is 0. Remember, x is days and y is height. So on day 0, my height is 7 centimeters. We can write it just like that, on day 0, or just we went there and that's what my flower, it measured on that day 0. On day 0, the height of the flower is 7, and don't forget your units, centimeters. So on day 0, the height of the flower is 7 centimeters. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Now that you have slope, m, and y-intercept, b, please write the equation in slope-intercept form. So it's going to be y equals our m was 1, x, plus our b was 7. So our m was 1, our b was 7. We had to substitute it into y equals mx plus b. So the b comes out and the m comes out. When you do that, you may write it like this. Now again, if you choose to write it without the 1 there, that's how you write it. Either way works, I'll take both. Please graph our equation below. Okay, so remember, days and height. I like total height. Days and total height. There you go. And this is my sunny, let's call it sunny flower. Cool title. All right. So days. Let's go by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then my height. We know my height started at 7 because that was my B. This is where it starts. I'm actually going to write that down right here. Y equals 1x plus 7. So this is my start. This is where I start on the y-axis. And then this is right here my slope, 1 over 1, because remember, it's the change. So this is my b, and my m is 1 over 1. This number on top means that we're going to go up 1. This number in the bottom, or the top meaning numerator, the bottom meaning denominator, means that we're going to go right, because this is positive, we're going to go right 1, okay? So because this is positive, we're going to go up 1. Because this is positive, we're going to go right 1. Because remember, this is the y and this is the x. So what I'm going to do is, I believe we need 7 on here. So I'm just going to go count by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so let's start at our start point. 7, right here, 7. Then, what am I going to do? What are my directions? My slope, up 1, right 1. So up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. That little point here is now we're going to connect it using a ruler. Here's my line. You got labels, you got line, and this is how you graphed it. You started at the B, and you used your slope directions to get to the slope. And there's your graph. Last question. What was the height of the sunflower after 84 days? Wow. Does this make sense? Justify your reasoning. 84 days. All right, so what we have to do is let's write down our equation. Remember, days is our x value. So where our x value is, you're going to be using substitution. 1 times 84 plus 7. Y equals 84 plus 7. Y equals 84 plus 7 is going to be 91. There we go. So 91 centimeters. Wow, how high is 91 centimeters? You should see that. That's a pretty tall flower. So does it make sense? Well, the first thing is 84 days. Is the number 84 on our graph here? Because what we're doing is we're actually predicting outside the range of our data. That's 84. 84 days is pretty long. I wonder how long a flower actually lasts for. So you might actually want to Google that. Growth of a sunflower, like how growth of a sunflower. So in justifying your reasoning, I think you should Google this. Growth of a sunflower, how long does it live? So look that up. Does it live past 84 days? So is this reasonable? So I look up growth of a sunflower, how long does it live, in order to justify your reasoning to make sure 84 days is that long. And I'd also look up how tall is this in feet or inches. So I would definitely do some research. I would Google that. And I would justify my reasoning on this. Okay, this has been application writing an equation of a line, 2 points.